Today is the final day of the best week of summer, but things are just getting heated up here in the Lithia Arena. Welcome into the Horse Heaven Roundup pre-show. I'm Clay Noel, and within the PRCA, there's a sub-series called the Cinch Playoff Series. Now, what exactly does that mean? There are rodeos that are sanctioned as a part of the Cinch Playoff Series where contestants can compete for points, and within those rodeos, the contestants that place in the top 20 in each event are received points. Then at the end of the season, we have what's called the Governor's Cup in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and contestants are basically trying to make the most amount of points possible to qualify for that Governor's Cup and compete for over $1 million in prize money. But there are so many rodeos that are a part of this Cinch Playoff Series, and the Horse Heaven Roundup is just one example, especially within the Pacific Northwest. So let's take a look at some of the other ones that are a part of that. We've got Hermiston, Oregon, Gooding, Idaho, St. Paul, Oregon, Basin City, Washington, just down the road, just to name a few that are a part of the Cinch Playoff Series up here. But some of the other more well-known rodeos are like the Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo, the Denver Stock Show and Rodeo, Reno Rodeo, Cheyenne Frontier Days, Salinas Rodeo down in California. So there are so many opportunities that these contestants have to qualify for the Governor's Cup, but we are getting towards the end of that time that they can do that. So contestants are really trying to fight hard to compete for that over $1 million in prize money. But we have seen dreams that are about to be made and some that are about to be broken here in the Lithia Arena. So I want to take a look and remind you guys who is leading the top of the leaderboard going into today's short round, because remember, today will be based off an average. So starting off in the bareback riding, Cole Franks was 87.5 points on Calgary Stampede Yukon Rambler. Then in the tie-down roping, Marty Yates ran his calves with a combined time of 15.2 seconds, because remember, in the tie-down roping, steer wrestling, and team roping, it is based off two head before the short round, so they rope twice, or wrestle their steers twice before the short round. Then in the breakaway roping, Jordy Edens and Maddie Dearman set a new arena record here with a time of 1.9 seconds. In the steer wrestling, it's a tie. Will Loomis and Ryan Schuckberg ran their steers with a combined time of 7.9 seconds each on two head. In the saddle bronc riding, Brody Crest came out Tuesday night and rode Calgary Stampede's Freedom Express for 89 points. Then in the team roping, Clint Summers and Jake Long roped both of their steers with a time of 11.9 seconds on the two combined runs. In the barrel racing, Cassie Mowry was still the only barrel racer to break into that 16-second run range with a time of 16.95 seconds. Then in the bull riding, it's a tie going into today for the two highest marked rides. 88 points by Wacy Shala on Bridwell Pro Rodeo's Fred, and then also from Stefan Tanita on Wayne Vold Rodeo's Wolfbait. So that is who is leading it today going into tonight. There are so much that could change within tonight. There are contestants that could get bucked off, contestants that could stay on, contestants that could rope their calves, contestants that could hit a barrel. There is so much that can change within the next few hours. So, but before we get into some of the other contestants that we're going to see tonight, when we come back after this break, we are going to dive into one of the stock contracting companies that you've been seeing here all week.
It's the best week of summer. The Benton Franklin Fair and Rodeo and your locally owned and operated Tire Factory and Michelin are proud to be sponsors of the Horse Heaven Roundup. Area farmers and ranchers know the Michelin tire experts at Tire Factory for Michelin tires for trucks, tractors, pivots, and more. So fair goers, enjoy every minute. And when you need tires, service, or repair, Tire Factory is ready. Pasco, Richland, Moses Lake, and TireFactoryTC.com.
Welcome back into the pre-show. I have a man here that I'm sure you guys have been seeing all week, but you don't realize who you've been seeing. I have Mr. Tyler Kraft here with me. He is the manager of ranches and stock contracting operations for Calgary Stampede, and he's also one of the pickup men that goes on the road with them year round. So Tyler, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Can you explain to the audience the importance of you and your job as a pickup man?
Yeah, the pickup man is the main job is getting the cowboy off the bucking horse at the 8 seconds, but it's also the flow of the arena, clearing the arena, making sure everything's safe and sound, whether it's in the timed events or the rough stock.
And Tyler's youngest son, Dallin, won the mutton busting the other night on Tough Enough Door Pink, and he qualified back to the short round tonight. So you're about to see him. And then a couple years ago, his oldest son won the mutton busting here. So kind of becoming a legendary family on the rough stock side of the arena. Tyler, you also travel with your wife throughout the year too. How fun is it for you to be able to bring your family on the road and show them the sport that you love so much?
Yeah, it means everything. The rodeo, it's a family affair, and being able to bring them out here and bringing them to great rodeos like Kennewick, and for them getting to have a little partake in the show it means a lot to us.
And you guys are about to see some of the best when it comes to rough stock events and timed event stock too. But can you explain to us, Tyler, how you guys pick what horses and bulls are going to buck tonight?
Yeah, these horses that are with us, the Calgary Stampede has 60 horses on the road with us right now. So the animals you're going to see tonight are the short go horses. So it's the best of the best that we have coming, not only from Calgary Stampede, but Tim Bridwell also. And they've been competing all year, and just that last final push to get qualified for the NFR and see what the contestants like and what they don't like.
And what is a young horse that you've seen out here that has really performed well in this Lithia arena that you're proud of?
Yeah, I think one that really jumps off the paper, Freedom Express won the long round with Brody Kress, 89 points. That's a young horse, a 6-year-old gelding that it's kind of its first trip out on the big trail, and be able to step up to the plate as it did and win the long round in that set of contestants and horses it speaks volumes to both of them.
And as a contestant and wife to a contestant, we truly do love our animal athletes. You guys see a lot of the contestants and hear from them the most, but the animal athletes are the main reason of why we're able to do what we do, and a lot of the reason why we love what we do. So what do you guys do to help ensure not only the quality of the stock, but also the health of the stock?
It's our main focus. Our mornings and nights, we're doing whatever we can for them horses, making sure everything's good. They're on the road with us for 6 weeks, so I mean they're our livelihood, they're our everything. So they come first and foremost, and making sure that they can perform at their peak performance.
So we are going to go let Tyler get ready, get his horses warmed up, maybe even get Dallin warmed up for the mutton busting tonight. But when we come back, we're going to take a look at some of the contestants that you're going to see fight for a 2024 Horse Heaven Roundup title tonight.
It's happening. Get ready to elevate your experience. Introducing the new Wild Horse Resort and Casino app, available for you to download. Now you can book it through the app, book hotel rooms, buy event tickets, reserve your bowling lane, even purchase movie tickets. You can also earn entries into promotions through exclusive app-only games. If that's not enough, now you can view all that's happening on the app. Everything about Wild Horse is at your fingertips. Download, play, and win. Wild Horse Resort and Casino. More winners, more often.
Welcome back into the final segment of the Horse Heaven Roundup pre-show. It has been so much fun for me to bring you guys all of the action in the arena and some of the behind the scenes going on, help you guys dive a little bit more into the mindset of the contestants, the contract personnel, the stock contractors, but it is coming to a close, unfortunately. So with that being said, let's take a look at some of the contestants that you're going to see out tonight. Starting off strong in the bareback riding, it is going to be stacked. You will see Jasic Frost on Fresh Chick from Calgary Stampede, Mason Clemens on Born Fearless, again from Calgary Stampede. Straubs Jones has Mary from Bridwell Pro Rodeos, and then Cole Franks will be leading the pack tonight on Disco Party. But let's move on to the tie-down roping. There we will see Maverick Potter, Shad Mayfield, who tied to win the second round. Peyton Bray, NFR team roper. We're going to see him in the tie down roping. Haven Medjid and Marty Yates, who again we saw in the team roping, but Marty ended up getting the average win, so he's leading he's at the top of the leaderboard going into tonight. In the first ladies event of the night, you're going to see Ricky Fanning, world champion Jackie Crawford, Josie Connor, Sarah Morrissey from Ellensburg, Washington, Jordan Miner, who's originally from Hermiston, Oregon, and then married into the Miner family. You'll see her tonight. You'll also see the two gals that set the new arena record with a time of 1.9 seconds, Jordy Eden and Maddie Dearman. Then in the steer wrestling, you're going to see Landris White come out. He is at the bottom of the pack with Caden Camp with a time of 9.4 seconds on 2 head. And then you're going to see NFR Cowboys, Dakota Eldridge, Rowdy Parrott, Will Loomis. There's so many contestants that will be out tonight that really, I think it's hard to pick just one that will end up on top, which is why I didn't tonight. I wanted to show you guys a little bit about who will be here tonight and then where they ended up leading into tonight. So then moving on to the saddle bronc riding, it is so wide open. We've got such a wide range of contestants that we'll see out tonight. We've got permit holders, we've got rookies, we've got NFR contestants. So it's really going to be a fight for survival tonight. So Logan Cook has yesterday's delivery from the Calgary Stampede. Leighton Green has Indian Burn from Bridwell Pro Rodeo. Jake Finley's got Business Girl from Calgary Stampede. Damian Brennan, who won the performance last night, has Tokyo Bubbles, also from Calgary Stampede. Jake Thurston, 4-time world champion, has Exotic Warrior from Calgary. And then Brody Kress has Erotic Tango, again from Calgary. Moving on to the team roping, you've got Eric Rogers and Paul Eves. We'll see them. James Arvizo and Cashton. We'll see them as well. Jeff Flanagan, Jake Miner, some kind of local to the Pacific Northwest Cowboys. Again, Braden Schmidt and Bucky Campbell from Benton City and Echo, Oregon. So we're really rooting for a hometown crowd tonight. And then Clint Summers and Jake Long will be leading the pack in the team roping going into tonight. Then in the barrel racing, you've got Jordan Driver, Cassie Mowry, who won the first round in the barrels, world champion Jordan Briggs, Leslie Smoligo, who's currently leading the WPRA world standings, Paige Jones, who snuck in there last night in the performance to make it back to the short round today. Carly Otero, who placed in the top 5 in the first round. So there's a lot of ladies that could really come out and just run fast. It's going to be interesting to see if they can keep the barrels up because that's really what's going to make or break it for some of them. They've got to be, some ladies are going to have to be wicked fast to catch up to Cassie. But again, if Cassie knocks down a barrel, then that puts her out of the game. So it's kind of wide open. It's really going to be a horse's race tonight. Then to end it off in the bull riding, we saw Shane Proctor, so he's going to be helping his wife with the specialty act and then coming to get on his bull. Levi Gray and TJ Gray, a set of brothers from Derry, Oregon. TJ's on his way to his first NFR. Jordan Spears, who's an NFR Cowboy. Stefan Tanita and Wasey Shala, who are leading the pack. Wasey's got Chico from Wayne Vold Rodeo and then Funny Face for Stefan from Bridwell Pro Rodeo. So that's a look at who you are going to see out tonight. It's hard to pick who is really going to end up on top because we've got a great list of contestants, a great list of stock, and that just really comes together for really an extraordinary short round Saturday. But it is almost time to end out the best week of summer with a bang here in the short round tonight.